What if I told you that one of the world's most influential civilizations existed without a homeland, an army, or political power for nearly 2,000 years, yet it never faded into history? This is the story of Judaism, the world's oldest monotheistic religion, which has shaped the beliefs of billions and survived against all odds. Judaism dates back nearly 4,000 years. Although it can be difficult to align all its texts with historical evidence, the best source for ancient biblical Jewish history is the Jewish Bible, with its famous narratives about Noah's Ark, the Exodus, and the rule of David and Solomon over Israel. According to the Jewish Bible, Judaism is the expression of the covenant that God established with Abraham and his descendants, through his grandson Jacob, also called Israel, meaning the one who struggles with God. The people of Israel were chosen to be an exemplar nation and were promised the land of Israel by God, under the condition that they live in accordance with God's law, revealed to Moses on Mount Sinai. This law is recorded in the Torah, also called the 5 books of Moses. Together with the Nevi'im and Ketuvim, these texts form the Hebrew Bible, also known as the Tanakh, which Christians call the Old Testament. Historical evidence suggests that ancient Canaanite kingdoms were polytheistic, with each kingdom worshipping a national deity. For the kingdoms of Israel and Judah, that deity was Yahweh. After the Assyrian Empire conquered Israel in 722 BCE, many Israelites fled to Judah, where Yahwism, the worship of Yahweh, gradually became distinct from Canaanite polytheism. In 587 BCE, the Babylonians conquered Judah, exiled its people, and destroyed the first temple dedicated to Yahweh. When the Persians later conquered Babylon, they allowed the Jews to return to Judah, where they rebuilt the Second Temple and assembled much of the Hebrew Bible. Jewish religious tradition then merged with elements of Greek culture, forming Hellenistic Judaism, which spread across the new city of Alexandria. Jewish culture flourished until the Romans conquered Jerusalem, ending Jewish sovereignty for nearly 2,000 years. Despite 2 major Jewish revolts against the Romans, both were crushed, and the Second Temple in Jerusalem was destroyed. The Romans exiled the Jews, renaming the region Syria Palestina, after the Philistines, who were ancient enemies of the Jews. Meanwhile, Christianity, which began as a Jewish movement, gradually became a distinct religion, especially after Christian Jews did not support the Jewish revolts. After centuries of Jewish dispersion across the Roman Empire, Rabbinic Judaism emerged as the guiding ideology for Jews. It was not dependent on political independence and allowed the Jewish community to thrive without a homeland. The Jews flourished and developed their teachings through rabbis, creating the Mishnah and later the Talmud. Throughout the Middle Ages, the Jewish diaspora spread across the Middle East, North Africa, and Europe. In Christian medieval Europe, Jews became prominent in trade and finance, as these professions were often forbidden to Christians. After the birth of Islam, Jews found relative tolerance under Muslim rule, especially during the Jewish Golden Age of culture in Muslim-controlled Spain. However, Jews faced waves of persecution in Christian Europe, from the massacres during the Crusades to the scapegoating during the Black Death, which led to the mass migration of Jews to more tolerant regions such as the Ottoman Empire. By the 17th century, half of the world's Jewish population lived in the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. In modern times, the Age of Enlightenment led to Jewish emancipation in parts of Europe, but persistent anti-Semitism continued. This motivated Theodor Herzl to found the Zionist movement, which aimed to establish a Jewish homeland in Palestine. After World War I and the fall of the Ottoman Empire, the British promised a Jewish homeland. The horrors of the Holocaust during World War II claimed 6 million Jewish lives, and the State of Israel was established in 1948. Today, Judaism is not just a religion, it is a culture, an identity, and an enduring legacy. Despite not having a homeland, sovereignty, or armies for nearly 1,800 years, the Jewish people have left an indelible mark on human civilization, influencing both Christianity and Islam and contributing to the world's history, philosophy, and culture. If you found this fascinating, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to learn more about the incredible stories that shaped our world.